10 sports cars that look fast but aren't. Not everything that looks fast is fast. In this video, we take a closer look at 10 sports cars that have the style, the stance, and the attitude, but not the speed. These cars might turn heads, but their performance doesn't always match the hype. 1. Pontiac Fiero, 1984 to 1988. The Fiero looked like a mini Ferrari with its mid-engine layout and sharp styling. It was Pontiac's attempt at a budget sports car, but it fell short in the power department. Early models came with an anemic 2.5L four-cylinder engine, making only 92 horsepower. 0 to 60 mph took a sluggish 11 seconds, hardly sporty. Despite its performance, people still assumed it was fast based on looks alone. The suspension was borrowed from economy cars, which didn't help handling. It was also plagued by overheating and reliability issues in early years. Later GT models looked even more exotic, but still couldn't match the hype. There were plans to upgrade it significantly, but they were cancelled before production ended. The Fiero is loved today more for its uniqueness than performance. Some owners swap in V8s to give it the speed it never had. Still, in stock form, it's more show than go. It's a perfect example of style over substance. Pontiac's bold design wasn't matched by engineering. It remains one of the most deceiving sports cars ever made. 2. Toyota MR2 Spyder, 2000 to 2007. The MR2 Spyder had all the ingredients of a fast sports car: lightweight, mid-engine, rear-wheel drive. It even looked like a baby Porsche Boxster. But under the hood was a modest 1.8-liter engine making just 138 horsepower. While the car was agile, its straight-line performance was underwhelming. 0-60 took over 7 seconds, which isn't terrible, but it looked faster than it was. It had no turbo, no V6 option, and no aggressive growl. For many, that was disappointing given its appearance. Enthusiasts appreciated the handling, but speed junkies wanted more. The design screamed sports car, but the engine whispered economy. Toyota focused on balance and fuel economy over raw power. It lacked the punch of rivals like the Mazda R-Case-8 or Honda S2000. The MR2 Spyder is now seen as a fun but not fast roadster. Still, it's a reliable and nimble machine. Just not a rocket. Its looks fooled many into expecting Supra-like speed. It's a sports car that plays it safe. 3. Hyundai Tiburon GT, 2003 to 2008. The Tiburon GT had aggressive styling and sharp lines that looked ready to race. Its coupe body, dual exhaust, and large wheels gave it the appearance of a performance car. But the reality was more modest. The GT version had a 2.7L V6, making 170 horsepower. That might sound decent, but the car weighed too much for it to feel fast. 0-60 took over 7.5 seconds, and it didn't get much quicker with mods. Handling was also soft, favoring comfort over sharp dynamics. Despite its looks, it was more of a stylish commuter than a true sports car. Many buyers were disappointed when the driving experience didn't match the styling. Hyundai later improved performance in other models, but the Tiburon never became a serious threat. It's often remembered as a car that promised more than it delivered. Still, it was affordable and reliable for younger drivers. It gave off tuner vibes, but wasn't a track weapon. The Tiburon GT is a classic example of a looks fast, drives mild car. A bold body hiding a tame heart. 4. Mitsubishi Eclipse, 2006 to 2012. The fourth-generation Eclipse looked muscular and futuristic. With its flared fenders, wide stance, and coupe body, It screamed performance, but under the hood, it told a different story. Even the GT version with a 3.8L V6 only managed 263 horsepower. That might sound okay, but it was front-wheel drive and weighed over 3,500 pounds. 0-60 times were in the low 6-second range, not exactly blistering. Worse, the car felt heavy and lacked sharp handling. It was more of a grand tourer than a nimble sports car. Many fans of earlier Eclipses were disappointed by the shift in focus. It was all style with little substance compared to the turbocharged AWD Eclipses of the 90s. The big engine didn't translate into big performance. Even tuned models struggled to shake the car's hefty feel. The Eclipse had all the curves but not enough muscle. It looked fast sitting still, but that's where it performed best. An aggressive design hiding average performance. 5. Chevy Camaro, 1974 to 1977. The second-generation Camaro started strong but lost its edge mid-decade. Stricter emissions laws in the mid-70s hit performance hard. Despite bold looks, V8 models were making less than 200 horsepower. Some base models made as little as 105 HP. The car still had wide tires, a sporty stance, and dual exhaust tips. It looked fast, but it was far from it. 0-60 times were often in the 9 to 10 second range. Muscle car fans were frustrated by the lack of real muscle. The styling kept evolving, but the power was left behind. Many young drivers were shocked at how slow these big cars really were. It was a car with a performance image but no bite. Handling was average and braking was poor. Even with a V8 badge, it couldn't deliver the thrill. Collectors today admire the style, but not the speed. A poser of the post-muscle era. 6. DeLorean DMC-12, 1981 to 1983. The DeLorean DMC-12 is one of the most iconic-looking cars ever made. Its stainless steel body and gull-wing doors scream exotic performance. But behind the sci-fi styling lies disappointing power. It was powered by a 2.85L V6 engine, making only 130 horsepower. 0-60 mph took nearly 10 seconds. Not what you'd expect from a car that looks like a time machine. It was heavy, too, weighing in at over 2,700 pounds. The suspension and braking weren't exactly sporty either. Drivers were often surprised at how sluggish it felt on the road. The DeLorean's fame came from movies, not motorsports. Even in the 80s, its performance was below average. It handled like a grand tourer, but didn't have the engine to back it up. The manual transmission helped a bit, but it wasn't a game-changer. Today, it's collected for its style and pop culture status. It turns heads, but won't win any races. The DMC-12 is a perfect example of style over speed. 7. Mazda RX-8, 2004-2011. The RX-8 looks like a futuristic sports car ready to take on anything. Its aggressive lines, flared fenders, and quad exhaust give it a race-ready vibe. But under the hood is a 1.3L rotary engine, not a traditional powerhouse. While it revs high and sounds exciting, it only produces around 232 horsepower. 0-60 mph comes in around 6.5 seconds. Respectable, but not thrilling. Its real issue is the lack of torque, making it feel slow off the line. You have to rev it hard to get any real performance. Gas mileage is poor, and oil consumption is high. Despite the sporty looks, it's not as quick as its competition. Many drivers expected more based on its appearance. The handling is sharp, which helps redeem it slightly. But in terms of raw speed, it doesn't deliver. The RX-8 often leaves people expecting more than it gives. It's fun to drive, but not fast in a straight line. A flashy sports car with modest muscle. 8. Dodge Charger SE, 1973 to 1974. The early 70s Charger SE looked big, bold, and aggressive. It had all the hallmarks of a muscle machine: wide body, long hood, and fat tires. But emissions regulations and rising insurance costs killed its performance. Base models came with weak engines that barely made 145 horsepower. Even the optional V8s weren't as powerful as they appeared. 0-60 times were slow, often near 10 seconds. It was built more for cruising than drag racing. The styling didn't match the performance anymore. Compared to its late 60s predecessors, it felt neutered. It had presence, but not power. Handling was poor, with lots of body roll. Buyers often felt deceived by its tough exterior. It looked like a beast, but drove like a boat. Collectors today appreciate the design, but acknowledge the drop in performance. It's a muscle car with more bark than bite. 9. Subaru BRZ Scion FRS 2012-2020. The BRZ and FRS look like purebred sports cars: low to the ground, aggressive curves, and a rear-wheel drive platform. It all screams speed. But under the hood is a naturally aspirated 2.0L flat-4 engine. It makes only 200 horsepower, and torque is just 151 km/h. That means 0 to 60 mph takes about 6.5 to 7 seconds. While it handles brilliantly, it lacks straight-line excitement. Many drivers expected turbocharged performance based on its styling, but the power delivery is modest, even with a manual. It's more about balance than brute force. The chassis begs for more horsepower, but never got it from the factory. Aftermarket tuners often add turbos to unlock its potential, but in stock form, it's more slow than savage. Great for carving corners, but not winning stoplight races. A modern case of fast looks, mild engine. It's a car that tricks the eye, but not the stopwatch. 10. Ford Mustang II, 1974 to 1978. The Mustang II tried to carry on the legacy of the original pony car. It had the Mustang badge, fastback shape, and sporty trim. But under the hood, it was anything but powerful. The base engines were weak 4-cylinders and underpowered V6s. Even the optional V8 made only about 140 horsepower. That was a far cry from the Mustangs of the 60s. 0-60 times were painful, sometimes over 10 seconds. Emissions and fuel economy concerns had gutted its performance. Yet Ford kept the sporty marketing and design. Buyers quickly realized it wasn't the muscle car they hoped for. It became known more for fuel economy than speed. The Mustang II's looks over-promised and under-delivered. Today, it's the least loved generation among Mustang fans. It looked fast sitting still, but driving it was another story. A legendary name, briefly slowed down by the 70s. And that wraps up our list of sports cars that look like rockets but drive like scooters. These cars may have nailed the aesthetics, but they left a lot to be desired on the performance front. It's a great reminder that looks can be deceiving, even in the automotive world. Just because a car has a low stance, wide tires, and aggressive styling doesn't mean it's packing serious power. Some of these cars were designed more for style, comfort, or affordability than speed. Others were victims of their time, strangled by emissions rules or rising fuel costs. Whatever the reason, they prove that appearances aren't everything. But hey, not every car needs to be fast to be fun. If you enjoy cruising in style or want a head-turner without breaking the speed limit, these cars still offer value. They might not win drag races, but they win in personality and design. And for car lovers, that still counts for something. Which one of these cars surprised you the most? Let us know in the comments. We love reading your thoughts and experiences. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up. It really helps out the channel. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell for more awesome car content every week. We've got more lists, deep dives, and rare car features coming soon. Thanks for watching and being part of our growing car enthusiast community. Whether your ride is fast or just looks the part, we appreciate your passion. Until next time, keep driving, keep dreaming, and always look beyond the surface.